afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Gendera. I'm Gerwin. He's... And he's...
Jonathan.
And we're going to extend our experiment that we did the other day, and we're going to add different elements to it. So let's have a look. We've got a bunch of silver beet here, which has got totally white stems, and we've got a bunch of celery. Both of these are store-bought, and we've got some white flowers. So we're going to try putting one of each into different coloured food coloured water. And then we're also going to chop the base off here, and we're going to pop it into a dish. And so we've got two experiments today, so let's get into it. So experiment one is going to be those bases of the two plants, and we're just going to put a little bit of water in those bowls, and we're going to see if we can grow some roots, because that's actually how we grew the celery last time. So my hypothesis on this is that the celery and possibly the silver beet are actually going to grow roots, and we'll be able to grow them. Okay, so we've taken the inside branches of celery. We've got 4 of those, and we've got them at the back of the jar, and then we've got 1 of the silver beet, and we've got 1 of each of the flowers. Now, what do we think is going to happen? Matthew, what do you think is going to happen?
Going to change colours.
You think it's going to change colours?
Mm-hmm.
And Jonathan, what do you think is going to happen?
Going to change the bottom of the yellow one might not change.
You think the yellow one might not change?
I think I know the plain water won't.
So this will be interesting. So we're going to check it tomorrow and see how it's going. So we're going to leave this overnight and go from there.
I think all the bottoms will go all coloury.
You think all the bottoms will go coloury?
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to see what happens.
Only 3.
Only the 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ones have the food colouring.
Only the ones with the food colouring. So, and we've got the red food colouring, the yellow food colouring, and the blue food colouring. So we'll be back tomorrow to show you what's happened. Okay, so we've put a little bit of water in, not a lot, just a little bit of water into the bottom of both bowls. I am not sure what's going to happen with this. I probably should have cut it up a little bit higher, but we'll see what's going to happen. And so yes, we've got the silver beet and the celery, along with our silver beet and celery and flowers in the coloured water. So let's see what's going to happen. And it's going to take a few days for those to root, so I'll do a separate video on that. Day 1.
It changed colours.
What happened to the red one?
It changed colours in the middle.
The silver beet. Look at the silver beet. That's going red in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, the middle's going red. The middle's going red.
And the blue one. Look at the blue one. The blue one's going blue in the middle. Can't really see much with the yellow one, can we yet?
No. Look at the flower.
Yeah, the flower doesn't see. Oh, look at that. Can you see the tips of the flower?
Yeah.
The tips of the flowers are going, that one's starting to go blue. Oh, the other ones seem the same. Nothing really is happening with this part of the experiment either, is it? Nothing interesting happening under there, although that does seem to be new. There's no roots there, but there are some little shoots happening, aren't there?
Mum, there's black, white water.
I put the water in there.
You're right.
But is that interesting? Shall we leave it another day and come back another day and see what's happening then?
Yeah. Mummy.
Oh, can we see anything on the celery?
Nothing much.
Oh, there's a bit of blue on the tips, isn't there? Shall we? We don't want to disturb it too much.
I see the bottom of it.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that.
I want us to leave it all until tomorrow.
Oh no, I dropped some blue food colouring into the water. I might have to clean that. You can't see much happening on the yellow celery.
Mum.
And I don't think there's much happening on the red celery yet either.
Mummy.
Yes, Jonathan.
There's a mosquito in
The celery's certainly perked up a lot though. It's not all limp and
Mummy.
dying like it was when we got it home.
Mummy,
Yes, buddy.
guess what? The water turned white.
The water was white to start off with, buddy, but we're going to put some fresh water in with those little plant bottoms, and we'll come back tomorrow.
Those plant bottles?
No, we're going to leave the food coloured ones. We're just going to change the water in these two.
Red in the middle, going all the way up to the top.
What, the silver beet? It does, doesn't it? The red's going all the way up. Isn't that interesting? I think that's got a little bit higher than yesterday.
Yeah.
But other than that, is there much change?
Not on the yellow. Not on the red flower much.
I don't think we can see anything on the red flower. There doesn't seem to be any colouring change.
So that's what silver beet usually looks like.
Yes, that's silver beet normally.
Yeah, it's dry.
Isn't that interesting? It's more yellow than the one in the yellow food colouring.
How did the yellow food coloring take some of the yellow out?
I don't know. Isn't this it? So this is day 2, I think. The blue flower has gotten a little bit more blue, and the blue silver beet has gotten a little bit more blue too, I think.
Interesting.
And the celery's got more blue on the ends. And that one's got a little bit yellower.
Mom, Mommy, it's going down to trunk. It's going down to trunk.
What's going down to the trunk? What do you mean?
Looks like the red is on the end of the trunk.
Yeah, the end's down on the end of the stalk.
Trunk.
It's very interesting. It's not exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting it to have more colouring. The silver beet's fascinating. That's really interesting to see what's happened with the silver beet. And our 2 little plants, our celery seems to be opening up more, and we've got new shoots happening. I wonder if we've got any roots.
Look at the silver beet.
No root development yet.
Look at the silver
And the
beet.
silver beet, yeah, it's got some new leaves developing, and
No roots.
that might be a root there on the side there, next to that leaf. I don't know.
But it is a leaf.
That's a leaf, but I was thinking down the bottom of it looked like it might have been a root. But that's today, so we'll come back and do another update tomorrow. So that's day 2. So what did you think, boys? What did you notice?
But the blue flower is gone more blue.
The blue flower's going more blue? Okay, so we forgot to do it yesterday.
Yeah.
So this is what, day 4? I think it's day 4. What have you noticed, boys?
The blue flower has gone more blue.
It's a little bit more blue on the blue flower, but not a lot. What else have you noticed?
That one's bluer down there.
It's bluer down the bottom. It's starting to look a bit limp
paler.
now too, isn't it?
It's a little paler around there.
Mhm.
And that one's still yellow.
Mhm.
That one, not sure if there's any change.
No, it's not real much change there.
Not any change on that.
Hey, it's even more yellower.
You think it's more yellow?
Yeah.
No.
No, I think it's about the same. And there doesn't appear to be any more colouring on any of the other flowers. So I don't think the extra days has increased the effect of the food colouring. I think the 24 hours
Except
was
for
pretty
that.
much the same. The blue one's gotten a little bit bluer. And you can see more blue on the leaves for the celery. The yellow food colouring celery has gone more yellow. Can't really see much at all on the red one. And the control one. So how is it? How are they feeling?
I think this is feeling a little sick.
Yeah, they're looking a bit limp, aren't they? Some of
This
them.
one is.
Are they all feeling limp, or is it? How's the control one?
That one's good.
It's still feeling fairly firm, is it? How about the celery?
Firm.
Firm? Because the other ones are looking a little bit sad and droopy, aren't they? Or is it just the blue one?
They're all firm.
They're all firm. The blue one looks a bit droopy. It looks a lot more droopy than the others.
It's firmer.
It's
It's
firmer.
burnt.
Yeah, they're all firm.
Yeah, but that one's droopy. The other three are not droopy.
I know about
So-
this.
So yes, this red one's kind of leaning over, but it's still fairly firm actually. Which does mean
Look, it's red on both sides.
it is red on both sides. It does mean that if you're buying celery from the shops, it might be worth keeping it in a glass of water rather than in the fridge. Now, let's have a look at the base of them.
Whoa.
Look at that, it's growing. And
I don't see
we've
any.
got some roots coming, I think.
I don't see any.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, to root.
That might be. Just there, that might be a root, but I
And
think we
yeah.
might give that a few more days.
It's like
Might put some fresh water in there. And how's this one going?
Nice.
Oh, that there looks like it might be a root.
Or a shoot.
That's a shoot, but that might actually be a root just there.
Can it be a shoot coming off a shoot?
It could be, but no, I don't think so. That looks like it's a root. It looks a bit like a hairy root. So yeah, we might give give it some fresh water. And we'll check it again tomorrow.
Some water on it.
Yes, I probably spilled some water. That's okay. I'll clean that up. But yes, I think we're done with the food colouring experiment.
No, I want
So
to
very
keep
interesting.
it.
Oh, you want to keep it going? Okay.
Yeah.
We shall keep it going for a little bit longer.
How about a week?
A week.
Yeah,
Okay.
check what happened in a week.
Okay. We can do that.
Hey, Mom.
So what did you notice, Jonathan?
The red silver bee gone all the way up to the top.
The red silver beet has gone all the way up to the top. It's very interesting, isn't it? Okay, so
And look at the bottom of that silver bee.
yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? That one's gone more yellow. So the control one has gone more yellow than the yellow one has. Oh well, we'll come back and have a look at it all tomorrow.
The yellow one and the control one is all yellow.
Here they are. Very interesting. We'll
I
come
think-
back tomorrow.
I think both of them are more.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's the next day. What have you noticed, boys?
That the blue stuff has started dying.
It has, hasn't it? The celery and the silver beet, and even the flower that's in the blue food colouring is not looking well at all. What about the others?
Oh, they're looking delicious.
What do you notice about the yellow one?
It's standing tall.
Standing tall, but it's not looking real happy. It's not looking nice and green anymore, is it? Not in the celery. The silver beet looks okay still.
That was standing tall
hmm
until I touched it.
And the red one? You notice?
Starting to die.
Yeah, it's not looking real great either.
Yellow's winning.
That means the control one is doing really well. So
Yellow is winning.
interestingly, the food colouring in the water, the plants are not living, but the celery in the plain water, without the food colouring, what do you notice about it?
Strong. This isn't as strong as it was.
It's all floppy, is it?
A little bit. This one's still strong. That one is strong still too. That one's a little less stronger.
But the one that's in the plain water seems to be doing really, really well health-wise.
That's the one that's a little stronger.
It's standing up beautifully. So what does that tell you about food colouring?
Probably poisonous for plants.
Food colouring's poisonous for plants. What about for boys?
Poisonous.
No,
It's certainly not good for you by the looks of what it's doing to those plants.
it's not poisonous.
It's not good for you though, by the looks of it. Okay, let's check on the bottoms, have they got any roots forming?
Is that a root?
No, I don't think so. So no roots forming yet. Ah, that one.
It's bulgy at the bottom.
The bulging at the bottom part's not the interesting part. Stop moving it so quickly. There's a little fine root hair coming in there, I think. I think that is a fine root hair.
I put it down now.
Yes, you can put it down.
It built.
So, and it's starting to bulge at the bottom. Yes, there is a bit of a bulge at the bottom. There you go.
Matthew built some.
So we will continue to check on this every day for the next few days and just see what happens.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so it's now been 12 days since we started this experiment. What have you noticed, boys?
The silver beet is pretty much dead. So
Yeah.
is the celery. And the blue flower is pretty much dead. The flower that is alive the most is pretty much alive. Is the red one.
Yeah, the red one's doing pretty good, hey?
The yellow one, the plain, and the blue one are.
The one in the blue food colouring has died the quickest, hasn't it?
Mm.
The red one's actually looking the best. The yellow one's next, not doing real great. And the red one's, you could see the red food colouring quite obviously in the celery.
Yes.
But what's the celery like in the control?
What do you mean?
Take the celery out of the clear water. What do you notice about it? Is it dead?
Good and alive.
Yeah, it's all the most alive.
It's the most alive?
Yeah. I think I could eat it.
You think you could eat it?
Yeah.
I think we might have to chop the bottom off before you eat it.
Yeah, I eat your top off.
You want to eat the top?
No, your
So-
bottom.
So what does this tell you about?
Seems to be the most dead of silver.
Yeah, that silver beet's kind of died at the top, hasn't it?
Where's that one? Oh, these two are the best.
The blue one is not doing well. It's the best coloured.
This one's
It's all
the
floppy.
best, right?
Yeah, that red one's doing really well. So apparently the red food colouring is
Can I have some of
the
your
best for the
top?
celery, the silver beet. Although the plain water is best for the celery. Actually, I think the flower that's in the plain water is doing the best out of the four of them too.
No, it isn't.
Although it seems smaller, doesn't it? I don't
It's
know.
gotten a lot smaller. This one's the same.
But, boys, has this been an interesting experiment? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? What have you thought was most interesting?
The flower, the blue one,
The blue flower?
that turned blue.
It turned blue?
And this celery still alive the best.
It is, isn't it? And what about our little plant bottoms that we put in the water?
This one's
How are they
the
going?
best.
It's growing the best, but has it got any roots yet?
A few, maybe.
We might have to leave that a little bit longer, hey? We might have to add that
This
into my
one only
gladiator
has
challenge.
one.
That one has one little one? We might have to add those
look
two.
at that, it's red. Why is it red? And those are turning red.
Oh, that's a really good question.
They weren't red when we bought them.
No, that wasn't a red celery. Silver beet, was it?
It was a white one.
That was a white one. That is very interesting. We're going to have to watch these two and see what happens with them. But I'm going to add those two into my Shed Wars 21 Gladiator 4 challenge, which was growing things from things in the grocery store. I'll leave a link to that up there and in the description. So, you have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
The boys have enjoyed sharing their experiment with you.
Oh.
Remember, you're either green and growing
Bye.
or ripe and rotting.
Google.
Bless you. Have a great day.